Tonight on Size Eyes on the Skies.
We're finally out of that snowstorm we had earlier in the week with a nice couple of days. We have more chances of snow coming up in the forecast. We'll talk about that later.
Plus, Devon Johns is in the studio for your national forecast. All that and more as this Thursday, February 4th, 2016 edition of Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
It's Wednesday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. This is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm. From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Size Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back to Size Eyes. I'm now joined by Zane Satre. Hello, Zane.
Hi, Jaret. How you doing?
Pretty good. It's gone a little bit better today than yesterday.
You survived the aftermath of the snowstorm on Tuesday?
Pretty well. I kind of have a story. I was walking back to my car, and everything was all iced over yesterday. So I was fine until I went to get in my car and took the step to get in, feet went out, caught myself on the door, but I also caught my finger on the door, and it was bleeding everywhere.
Oh,
so,
I can believe it.
It's been a little bit smoother today.
It's been treacherous the last couple of days. I mean, Tuesday when it was snowing, it was all slushy and everything. Now, yesterday it was just frozen and ice everywhere. But today it wasn't so bad. I mean, highs today were up in the 30s, depending on where you were at. Northern Iowa, northwestern Iowa, mid 30s where they have all that snow. Central Iowa, Ames at about 30 on the on the mark, if I say it right, and then Des Moines at 35, areas to the south and east where there isn't as much snow in the upper 30s. Now, as we head into tomorrow, tonight, first of all, it's going to be pretty cool. When you wake up tomorrow, 8 a.m., 15 degrees. Noon, we're going to warm up to 24, so roughly about the same temperatures we're at today, and then 4 p.m. around 30. Now, when we get into tomorrow night, we're looking at chances of snow again, and then throughout the weekend, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
All right, now it's time for tonight's weather story. On this day in 1996, Iowa remained in the grips as one of the coldest periods in history, with temperatures between -30 and -40 across the state. Belle Plaine saw -34, Decorah witnessed -36, and it was even -39 in Fayette. At Des Moines, the afternoon temperature actually got to 15 degrees, marking the end to 132 consecutive hours below zero, beginning on January 30th. Now here's Devon with a look at what is happening around the nation.
Thank you. Around the nation right now, it's currently clearing out in the Midwest, but on the East Coast, we have a huge rainstorm. We'll have more information on that coming out after the break.
Now joined by Devon with a look at what is happening around the nation. Devon?
Thank you. Around the nation right now, it's currently cooling off in Denver at 20 degrees, and towards Midwest we have 22 in Minneapolis. Looking closer around the nation, right now, it's currently 34 in Syracuse, cloudy, and then 35 at Pittsburgh, and 26 down in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. And going to the southeast, warm for this time of year, at least compared to Iowa, for 45 at Little Rock, 51 in New Orleans, and 44 in Atlanta, cooling off a little bit in the Tennessee Valley area. And zooming on over to the southwest, if it will let me. Currently, it's right now 57 in San Francisco, a warm 62 in Santa Monica, and 52 on the Vegas Strip. And going to the northwestern part of the nation, we have a cloudy 47 in Seattle and a 52 in Salem. So pretty nice compared to our current Midwest conditions, which is a cold 25 in Pia, 23 in North Platte, and a 28 here in Des Moines. Around the nation right now, the highs were typically pretty cool in the mountain regions, and the snowpacking it towards the Midwest was cool temperatures down a little bit. But oh boy, flirty down there, getting up to the getting to the low 80s. Currently, right now around the nation, we have a snow system that's going around the Rockies right now. But the main attention is in the east coast, where we're getting a lot of rainfalls, especially right over here in the in the Carolinas areas, where we're going to get a lot of rainfall. Watches and warnings. Nothing too much. We have some winter weather advisories in the Idaho area, but a lot of flood warnings still from the huge rainfalls that we've gotten over the past few months. And over here on the East Coast, we have some flood watches and flood warnings for the rain that's going on right now, and a little bit of winter weather, including advisories and warnings in the northeastern part of the United States. And right over here is the flood warnings again in the Alabama, Mississippi area. Looking ahead, the snow system that's over in the Rockies will kind of die out, but gain some traction as it gets to Iowa, as the snow system in the East Coast will ramp up, dumping a lot of snowfall in the northeastern part of the United States, but eventually will cool out. However, though, eventually Friday we'll have another storm system move into the Seattle area. As it goes off, highs tomorrow we expect 60 degrees in San Francisco, 71 in Phoenix, and 58 in Dallas Fort Worth area. Our peak city for tonight is going to be Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to get up to it's going to maintain into the 50s throughout the week, eventually cooling off towards the end of the week.
Thanks, Devon. Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. Which of the following is not a type of front? Is it a cold front, a warm front, a dry line, or a stationary? Now let's take a look at what is happening in Iowa. Zane.
All right, thank you, Jaret. Coming up in the Iowa forecast, we're going to talk about another chance of snow tomorrow and throughout the weekend. This weekend's going to be pretty warm. We'll see how warm. And then next week, yes, it's going to be cold and windy coming up. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And welcome back to Size Eyes. Currently in Ames, we have 27 degrees, winds from the northwest at 13, humidity at 78%, and the dew point down at 21 degrees right now. Highs across the state today depended where you were. Northwestern Iowa, where they have some pretty deep snowpack from that storm earlier in the week, are in the mid-20s. Ames at about 30, and then Des Moines at 35. Areas to the southeast in the upper 30s. Across the state today, it was kind of a cloudy, dreary day in parts of it. Some scattered sunshine breaking out. You can see those snow showers every once in a while moving across with some broken clouds, keeping our temperatures down a little bit during the day. Winds right now, mostly from the northwest, 10 in Mason City, 13 in Ames, and 12 in Des Moines. Now those winds are going to help drag our temperatures down tonight, and it's going to be a little cool as we head into tomorrow morning. Now if we move in through Futurecast, we can take a look at a couple snow systems that are going to be coming through this weekend. Now here we go. We start at tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. You can see that high pressure moving southeast, and it's going to pull in those colder air for us overnight. Now if we move into Friday night, you see 6 p.m. here, snow showers throughout southern Minnesota, about the northern half of Iowa, and they're going to bring in some light accumulations overnight into Saturday, and then that system moves out, and then here's that next system that's going to come in on Sunday and early into Monday with some kind of mixed precipitation, snow, rain, depending where you're at in the state. Now, snowfall totals with this system overnight tomorrow into Saturday, mostly just light accumulations, an inch maybe in Mason City, areas to the north. Generally in the southern part of the state, just a dusting or so, not too much to worry about. Lows tonight, going to hang out in the single digits to the north, and then to the south up in around 18, so about the teens throughout most of the state. It's going to be pretty cool. Areas to the south that got over the freezing point today could be dealing with a little bit of refreeze, so be aware of that when you're out and about on sidewalks and roads tomorrow. Now if we head into tomorrow, highs are going to be about the same they were today, 26 in Mason City, 33 in Des Moines, and 34 in Ottumwa, so mid-20s to mid-30s ranging from north to south across the state. Tonight here in Ames, 12 for the high, wind chill around 5 with that northwest wind, partly cloudy, and those winds from the west and northwest at 3 to 8 miles an hour. Tomorrow, high around 30, much like today, cloudy with some snow later Friday night into Saturday. Wind chills again around 5 with those winds, decent breeze throughout the day. Now, if we head into the weekend, Friday, like we said, 30. Saturday, we get up around freezing. Areas to the south could get a little warmer than that and have some melting throughout the day. It's going to be sunny too. Well, that has a cloud, but more sun than usual. And then Sunday, that system comes in, high of 38. And then Monday and into next week, the cold air comes back, and it's going to be windy. 13 on Tuesday, 21 on Wednesday, and then starts to warm up again on Thursday.
All right, good to know. Let's take a look at our trivia question again. Which of the following is not a type of front? A cold, warm, dry line, or stationary? What are you guys thinking?
Probably a dry line. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that sounds right, I think.
Well,
who knows?
Let's see what the answer is. And it is a dry line. You guys are correct.
Sweet.
The other ones are types of front, but not the dry line. So we've got the Super Bowl coming up this weekend.
Right.
I was wondering if you guys had any big plans going on for this weekend.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just going to hang out with some friends. We're maybe going to cook some food, maybe, depending. You know, we're college students. We don't really know much about that. But, yeah, that's going to be kind of the gist of it.
Okay.
It'd be nice if I was in San Francisco. I'm sure it's much nicer there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking maybe I'm making some nachos. So, you know, if you guys want to come over and test them out, make sure they're good, then
see if they work.
Yeah, and then I'll just eat the rest of them after you guys have made sure they're okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, that concludes our show for tonight. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. You can find every show online at YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us. We will see you again next Tuesday.